Finding meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I put it in 10, now I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Hey, set, line 20. 56. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Brady now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Wait. Here I come. Hey, under 5 on the 50. Under 5 on the 50.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Elliott. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A first down carry by Elliott. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 18 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Winston. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wait, set, 380. 50 seconds, come on. Here we go, D. Here I come. 380, hey, right to the head.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? It's the last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
At first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you want one. You'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, blue ready. Mike 51, Mike 51. Pick me up. Ready, Triple T. Mike 51.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch the pass. Mike, check, 59.
Here's Winston. And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
On first down, Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, Second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start over in Tampa, an NFC South matchup between Atlanta and Tampa Bay. And that one finds a...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Check 4, 66, pull it, half, Fresno. 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50, let's go.
2nd and 5 now. Winston forced out to his left. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Watch twist. Check. Crunch.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. It's caught by OBJ. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 36. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Ready. Blue 80. Mike 51. Check back. Green, cover thing. Good, up. Let's go.
On play action, Winston steps away to his left. Yep, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Here we go, D. All day defense. Sugar.
On 2nd and 9, Brady completes it to Lee. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They go with Jacobs. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. I thought they might try the sneak, but what they had planned turned out much better.
It certainly did, and let's face it, when you run the sneak there, that's probably the better percentage play to pick up the first down. But if you have confidence in your offensive line that you won't allow any breakthroughs by the defensive front, you run what they did there. Let the big guy take the football, who runs it a little bit better, and pick up the yardage.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Brady going to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3 on 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Brady, and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were.
Brady's pass complete to Adam Thielen. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dustin Hopkins on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Important extra point up and through, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. This is taken at his 4. Bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike, ready. Blue ready. Sonny. Under 10. 10. Let's go.
Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6. Don't get nervous, man. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
On second down, Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Again, it's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Carolina, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.